Sai Ram. Uh, Sister Padmaja, there are several people on Zoom today. Not many people could make it to the center. But I just would like to introduce our speaker today. Sister Padmaja Malayala is the niece of Sri Raman Rao Garu, who is one of the legendary figures who had the rarest of rare privileges to serve our beloved Lord in very close quarters. He served Baba for decades and one of the foremost coordinators of Sevadal. He is the author of famous books like Nectar of Love, Love is My Form, and Premabandham. He served as the editor of Sanatan Sarathi. Since her childhood, Sister Padmaja was surrounded with Sai bliss, both at home and outside, singing bhajans and performing Narayan Seva. At the age of 20, she had the Swami's blessing to become a singer, and now she is teaching classical music in her hometown of Florence, Kentucky. Even though they moved to US 10 years ago, their family still continues with their monthly bhajan sessions via Zoom. She is involved with the Tarnaka Bhajan Group and Sheikh Paid Bhajan Group in Hyderabad via Zoom on special occasions. You will hear Sister Padmaja personal experiences and couple of bhajans along with a classical number upon my request by M. Balamurli Krishna. Her son Karthik and daughter Tanmayi will be joining chorus for her bhajans today. So welcome Sister Padmaja.
Thank you, Sister Madhavi. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Sai Ram, everyone. My humble pranams to the lotus feet of Swami. And I would like to start with a small bhajan and then continue with my speech. Sai Ram. So once again, my humble pranams to the lotus feet of Swami. The scriptures describe God as Anor, Aniyan, Mahato, Mahiyan, which means he is smaller than the smallest and greater than the greatest. It is very difficult to comprehend completely what our Swami is, but I will try to share few stories and some of my memories which will reflect the glory of our dearest Lord and help us stay connected. Like we have toll-free numbers or hotlines to get connected to the respective authorities, we as Sai devotees have Sai Ashtotrams, and they are like the hotline numbers that can help us connect with our Swami anytime, anywhere. Therefore, I shall link the experiences through Sai Ashtotrams and some of the names from the Sai Ashtotram and Sahasranamavalis. So the first one is Om Sri Sai Kala Titai Namaha. Salutation to the one who is beyond time. The experience that I have is because of my Padnangaru, my grandfather also had an opportunity to meet Swami. So he said, when he met Swami for the first time, my grandfather said, Swami, I'm meeting you for the first time, please bless me. Then Swami said, no Satyam, because my grandfather's name is Satyanarayan Rao. He said, no Satyam, I met you 40 years back in Rajamandri meeting and you were sitting in the first row in the third chair. Then my grandfather thought somebody must have told him, but I don't remember that I saw Swami, but he is saying that I saw you. So then Swami said, I want to give you something that you have been worrying about since a long time. Then he said, he was just thinking, Swami, my grandfather was thinking, what was I thinking about? What is the thing that is worrying me? He was just confused. Then he materialized a locket for my grandfather and he said, this is the one that you lost. So my grandfather was surprised to see the locket that Swami gave him. He lost it when he was very small. He lost it in Godavari Pushkaral. That is like very long time before even Swami was born. He lost it at that time, and then he gave it in 1967. Again, he gave that locket to my grandfather. So he was surprised and he was like, I'll always do your seva and all that. So my grandfather was instrumental in building the East and West Prashanti Nilayam accommodation and also the Anantapur Women's College. So he was a very reputed engineer and he built many bridges. Even the Britishers also gave him the title Rao Sahib for his marvelous services in engineering. So that is the memory related to Kalatitaya Namaha. The next name that I wanted to say is Om Sri Sai Ishteshta Varadaya Namaha. Salutations to the one who grants wishes. Since my childhood, I attended so many bhajans, and my dad used to wake me up at 4 a.m. and we used to go to Nagar Sankirtana. I also used to remember that most of the old people who could not walk, they used to see from the window, and they used to just bow down to all the people who were singing in the Nagar Sankirtana early in the morning at 5 a.m. So I did so many things, but I didn't know who Swami was. I never met him personally. And when I was 18 years old, I got a chance to go to the youth conference. Even there, I got in the lucky draw, I got a very last row. So I could not see Swami in close up also. All that we could do is just listen to his speeches from far, far away. So I always used to think that when will I get a chance to see Swami? Though my Pednangaru was very close to Swami, he always used to say, I always used to think, why can't my Padnangaru take me to Swami once, at least once? So then he used to say, Swami, whenever he wants to meet you, he will call you. I don't have any right to take you with me to Swami. Swami himself will call you. So, and when I was 20 years old, I went to a sports day at Puttaparthi. There in the lucky draw, I got the first row, and then another lucky thing was I was sitting just beside MS Subbalakshmi Amma. So that was like that was the best moment in my life, and that is like the best gift that Swami gave me, both seeing Swami so closely and also sitting beside MS Subbalakshmi Amma. So the next namam that I want to relate is Sri Sri Sai Sarva Jnanaya Namaha. Salutations to the one who is omniscient. Like my Padnan Garu, Sri Raman Rao Garu, was sitting in the veranda in Puttaparthi, and then Swami came straight to him and he told, Ramana, I want you to be here in October, and I want you to take care of my birthday celebrations. Personally, I want you to take care of everything. Then he said, okay, Swami, I will take care. And after darshan, when my Padnan Garu went to his residence, he is amused to see one of his younger brother who's sitting outside, and he's waiting to meet him personally and invite him for his son's wedding, which is in October only. So then he thought Swami knows everything, but he wanted me to. He knows that there is a marriage upcoming, so he knows that he knows everything. So that is why he wanted me to stay here and take care of the birthday celebrations. So the next name is Om Sri Sai Sarva Roga Nivarine Namaha. Salutations to the one who is a remover of all the diseases. My paternal grandmother, Sri Venkayamma Garu, was diabetic, and she was suffering from involuntary urination for many years. So those were the days when their detection of the disease was also a big challenge, and medical facilities were not so up to mark. So she used to feel very embarrassed and therefore stopped going to any functions outside. In 1967, Swami materialized Vibhuti for her in the interview and told, I have now cured your disease, you may attend any function. Thereafter, she lived happily for 11 more years without any recurrence of the disease. And in 2004, my mother was diagnosed with liver cirrhosis due to overdosage of painkillers. And she was in the ICU for about 4 months. And none of us were allowed into the ICU, but we made sure that every day the nurse puts Vibhuti to my mom, and also there is a Swami's picture under her pillow. The Swami holding the lingam. That picture was always under her pillow. Then when my mom regained her consciousness after 4 months, she used to happily, whoever came into the room, she used to happily tell them that, did you know I went on a walk, Swami took me on a walk into the clouds, and he just dropped me back. She has no idea that she was sleeping for 4 months. And after 6 months in the hospital, she came and she got completely recovered. And then the next name I want to take is Om Sri Sai Asahaya Sahayaya Namaha. Salutations to the one who is the helper of the helpless. In 2001, I had to travel with my son. He was 9 months old then. And when we had to, in the flight, when it was taking off, he had severe ear pain and he started vomiting all over. So I had a extra dress for him, but I didn't know that this kind of situation would arise. So I didn't have any extra dress to change. So he was continuously vomiting, and the person who was sitting beside me was, he told, I cannot sit here anymore with this smell. I had to go. Please change my seat. So with all this, with all my wet clothes, I waited for 3 hours in the flight, and then I thought the Malaysian airport will be just like a Begumpet airport, a small one. And then I thought I'll quickly go out, and I don't want to talk to anybody because I'm embarrassed, because whoever, if I go near to somebody, they might get that smell. So I didn't want to ask anybody. So I was just roaming around, and I'm not finding the exit. I'm not finding where I can get my suitcases and all that. Then one person who came, who was who put the Swami's Vibhuti, and he was in a white dress, and he said, I saw you in the plane, and I know you had a tough time with your kid. He said, can I help you? I've been seeing you roaming around. Do you need any help? So I said, I want to take my suitcases and all. Then he said, did you fill up the immigration form? I said, I don't know anything. I don't know all that. Then he came to me, and he wrote completely. He filled the form for me, and he told that you will not get your suitcases here. You have to take a aero train from this terminal to that terminal, and then only you will get the exit is there. So I didn't know how to take the aero train and all that. So he came with me, and he took me in the aero train, and he dropped me in the next terminal, and then he also picked up all my suitcases, and then he said, that is the exit, there your husband will be there. And then he said bye, and that's it. I forgot even ask his name. So that was like really a miracle, like Daivam Manusha Rupena Laga. Whenever I needed help, he came in some form or the other. So the next incident was, the name that I want to connect is Om Sri Sai Dharma Karte Namaha. Salutations to the one who always acts in the righteous way. During Dashara, my brother Anil, he sat in the first row, in the space allotted to the Hyderabad devotees. But for some reasons, one of the team leaders asked him to be seated in the back row, and not in the first row. He was so happy to be seated in the first row, but somebody told, no, you can't sit here. You have to go back. And then in the afternoon darshan, when he was waiting and in utter disappointment, Swami came towards the devotees and sprinkled holy water. But to his surprise, he came from the back side. So the back row, people sitting in the back row got the blessings from Swami, and not in the front side. So my brother, who was a little disappointed for getting back in the back row, he thought he became very fortunate and received the divine blessings. Like, I would like to conclude with one last topic, seva. In our family, whether you teach a child how to read slokas or not, you have to it was compulsory that every child is inculcated with the habit of seva. So my grandfather always used to say, Manava Seve, Madhava Seva. Since 5 generations, all the family members focus only on doing as much as seva as possible. My great grandfather, when he used to stay in Sila. When he was traveling, he due to excess heat, he fell unconscious, and then one lady came. He was going by walk to another nearby city. So he fell unconscious, and one old lady, she came, and served him food and water. Then he realized that whoever will be walking on this in this area might feel this might happen to anybody who's going in this way. So he thought, I will make I'll build a chowdhury here, and I'll give free food. They can sleep there, and they can eat free food, and then they can continue their journey. So then after my great-grandfather, my grandfather also continued the same tradition of serving the poor. So he always performed Narayan Seva at least monthly once, and he also used to pay money for poor kids' education also. It so happened that when my grandfather and my grandmother were traveling in a train, all their suitcases and even the ticket was lost. Somebody stole their suitcases and the purse. So as soon as the train stopped, my grandfather and my grandmother went. They thought of talking to the the station master, and then to his surprise, the station master said, "Oh, so, Satyanarayan Garu," and he just fell on his feet. My grandfather was surprised. I don't know. I came here to tell sorry. I lost everything. I don't have the ticket with me. But to my surprise, he fell on my feet. Then he said, "Sir, you gave me food. You paid me for all the education, and because of the money that you gave, I could become the station master here. Sir, I'll make sure you go back safely to your house. I'll also make sure that you'll get back all your suitcases. So whatever you do with this hand, whatever good you do with these hands, it will definitely come back to you." So my grandfather always believed that paropakarardham idam shariram. That is the thing that he used to tell all the grandkids also. He used to tell that do not accumulate material things in your life. Accumulate more of good karmas, which will come a long way to different lives also. It'll come with you a long way. So with this, I would like to end my speech, and I would like to sing a song also. I mean, bhajan first and then a song. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
Okay, those were amazing experiences.
Thank you.
I don't know what to say. It was very beautiful.
Thank you.
I just want to say that if we get, we still have 15 minutes time, but if you are disconnected for some reason, please connect back.
Okay.
And we will continue. If you're disconnected by 5:10, I think it should close. But please, if you're not done, I want you to connect back. Everybody
sure.
on the Zoom also, please connect back if you're disconnected.
Just now I spoke on seva, so I want to sing the bhajan on seva only. So Sai Sai Saran Karo,
Sai Sai Saran Karo,
Sai Sai Saran Karo,
Sai Sai Saran Karo,
Guru Charan Kamal Dhyan 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 Karo,
Sai Sai Saran Karo,
Sai Sai Smaran Karo,
केशव माधव भजन करो,
केशव माधव भजन करो,
केशव माधव भजन करो,
केशव माधव भजन करो,
सद्गुरु साई सेवा करो,
सद्गुरु साई सेवा करो,
श्री सद्गुरु साई सेवा करो,
श्री सद्गुरु साई सेवा करो,
साई साई शरण करो,
साई साई स्मरण करो,
गुरु चरण कमल ध्यान करो,
गुरु चरण कमल ध्यान करो,
साई साई शरण करो,
साई साई स्मरण करो,
केशव माधव भजन करो,
केशव माधव भजन करो,
सद्गुरु साई सेवा करो,
सद्गुरु साई सेवा करो,
श्री सद्गुरु साई सेवा करो
श्री सद्गुरु साई सेवा करो
साई साई स्मरण करो गुरु चरण कमल ध्यान करो
So everybody is amazed at your experiences and your singing today. Very thank you so much
Thank you so
for
much.
joining us.
Thank you
And,
so much for giving me this opportunity, and this is the first time I gave a speech. I was
But
worried.
you told me that you are not a speaker, but you are a speaker, so
Thank you so much.
yeah. So
And I'm also very thankful to my cousin. He guided me how to give a speech during a satsang. I always know only how to sing, and I never gave any speech.
this is beautiful. What you have done is, so we are in the process of working on the 108 names for Swami's centennial birthday, and this speech is amazing because you have incorporated that into that. So I would just thank you. I think we are just on time. If anybody has anything to say, they still have a few more minutes. Anybody? I'll just go call by names. I guess I see Bhagwan ji. Do you have anything to?
Yes, I must say it was amazing to listen to these lovely, upfront, up close and personal experiences, and to hear Sister Padmaja's beautiful voice singing the praises of our Swami.
Thank you.
So thank you so much, sister. It has been a wonderful experience, and let us all make sure that we continue to devote all of our time, energies, and efforts to all our beloved Master. Sairam. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sairam.
And we have Papuji. Are you able to? Papuji, can you hear us? Sister Padmaja, Papuji knows your Padmanabh garu, Bibi Ramnarao garu. So Papuji was the pioneer in study circle.
Oh.
So he just has few words for you. Papuji, it's up to you.
Well,
Sairam andi.
ఈ రావణ్ రావుని చాలా తెలుసు నాకు. అతను పుట్టుపర్తిలో తన రూమ్లో కూర్చొని మరొక 4-5 కలిసి హైదరాబాద్ వాస్తవ్యులు మాట్లాడుకుంటున్నప్పుడు భోజనం తర్వాత ఒక రోజు
Sairam, Papuji, can you speak in English because there are several people who cannot understand Telugu.
Okay.
And also, I just want to say, if you get disconnected, please connect back. We are pushing our bhajan session to little 10 minutes later, so we can still talk to Padmaja, Sister Padmaja. So please get reconnected if you get disconnected. Same to you, Papuji. Papuji, it's up to you.
So it was a kind of a habit we had whenever we used to meet in Puttaparthi. And we were sitting in Raman Rao's house after dinner and chatting, and suddenly there was a knock at the door, and a student was at the door, and he said to me, Swami wants all of you to turn off the lights and go to bed. Because there was this rule 9 o'clock is the time when all the lights should be off. And so immediately we turned off the lights and we dispersed. And the next day, when I was with Swami, he said, ఏమి మీరందరూ కూర్చొని ఏంటి మాట్లాడుకుంటున్నాం? What are you talking about? And then he said, I have heard every word of what you were saying. And then said, don't waste energy, don't waste your time, and go to bed on time. So it is not that it is a surprise, at least for me, because there were so many occasions in which he showed his, if I may use the expression, the true form, namely that he is none other than the Supreme God. But that is it will take a whole session for talking about his omnipresence and all that. But I can only say that D.V. Raman Rao is the more. So, to me, D.V. Raman Rao is a modern day Hanuman, because there is nothing in him which is not dedicated to Swami.
Correct.
Every, as the bhajans portray, kana kana me,
Swami.
every spore, every blood cell in his body is Swami. And also his interesting habit of chewing pan. And Swami always used to say, "Em kili veskunava?" He has always this nearness, but at the same time, a true sevak. Are you able to still hear me?
Yes, Andy.
Yes, Papule.
Okay. So there is that book, I understand he has written, Prema Bandham, is really a Prema Bandham between Swami and Raman Rao. There is nothing too small and nothing too big by way of service activity for him. He is ready to go and clean a garbage can, or he is ready to go and take up any assignment given by Swami. Therefore, there is a great example that he set for the Sevadar. And some people used to say he is a taskmaster. But that was the truth, because he used to work hard. And his only aim was always to please Swami. And I used to sometimes travel with Swami to Hyderabad, to Shivam. And there also, interestingly, he will always take care of me. And the reason he used to give to that Krishnamurti there and in his backyard, as it were, the Shivam, and he will say that, no, I need to do my seva to Professor Pappu because he is very close to Swami. I said, look, that is not what you are meant to do here. He said, no. I will always take care of you first because that is how I go to Swami. See, this is a very interesting analysis that he used to make. Of course, in Telugu he said, no, మీరు పప్పు స్వామి కంటే చాలా ఇష్టం. So I will always be attending to your needs first. And so that is the kind of attitude that he inculcated in the Sevadal workers. If he found anybody who is a bit lazy, as it were, then he would say that, get up. We are all serving Swami. And so that is how we used to inculcate a habit and an attitude that is of service. Service is the foremost offering to God. And then he couldn't care less whether it Bhagavad Gita said something or Vedas said something or something else. He is not the type to quote scriptures, but to do action. And true to the Gita saying, Karmanyeva adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Never expecting the results, but always doing and putting everything in action. And such is a personality of B.V. Ramanram. And I am really happy to hear this Padma. As I have a daughter here as Padmaja. And Swami always used to refer to my daughter as Pappukotra Chinde. And he used to introduce my daughter as she was studying in Anantapur at that time, college. And when I would go to Puttaparthi and the college students from Anantapur used to come there, the good Lord would take time and then to tell everybody who is assembled there, children, ఈ పిల్ల పప్పు కూతురు. I mean, what a good fortune for a child to be introduced that way. And then he would say that, Papu chala panchestadu naku. He will do a lot of work for me. And that is the kind of gratitude that the good Lord shows to those who serve. A recognition. And that itself is the hallmark of divinity. On the other hand, our ego comes in between and makes us make statements, oh, I did this, I did that, I did this, I did that. And the only message that I can give, as I understood, is that Sri Sathsang Baba has come onto the earth in order to erase the egos of man and transform him to be a divine servant. And such is the family of this Padma Malayala. And may God bless her.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
your family. And
Thank you, Papuji and Sister Padmaja. I'm just going to pass around the mic in the center. They just are going to just talk to you for a few seconds. Oh, before that, Manish, are you still in there?
Yes,
If
I'm
you
here.
want to
I'm here.
if you want to say a few words, and then
Yes.
I'll pass the mic to the people here.
Sure. I'm so sorry. I couldn't reconnect in time. So sorry for being there. Sister Padmaja, this was really a treat for all of us, right? Thanks a lot for taking them out and coming over and singing those mesmerizing bhajans and songs and talking about Baba and with all the experiences. I mean, we couldn't ask for more. So we have been longing for this session for some time now, and this was more than worth it.
Oh, thank you so much.
I really appreciate you taking them out and singing to all of us.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Sayonara.
Sairam.
Sairam, Sister Padmaja.
Sairam.
I'm Kavita. Really inspiring talk. Never felt a bit that it is your first time. And you efficiently covered so many stories in that short time. Thank you so much for taking our memories back to Swamy College time. I worked there a couple of years.
Oh, wow.
Sairam.
Thank you so much, Sairam.
Anything? Okay. Thank you, Sister Padmaja. It was really great, and we all enjoyed it. And hope we can connect with you again sometime.
Sure. Thank you so much. I hope you liked my speech.
I'm sure.
Now I'm gaining some confidence now.
Just to let you know, as I spoke to you, our president Manish, when he contacted the regional presidents, they wanted to open up this session to everybody around here in Florida and North Carolina. But I kind of said, because you were not sure, so I said, let's do this this is a very informal session. And if you anytime are willing to do that, we'll extend this invitation to the other centers in Florida and around. So
Sure.
all
If you liked my speech, I would definitely try once again.
Sure, yeah, you could use this, because
I feel this is an opportunity given by Swami only. That's why my Padnangaru always used to say, I always used to think, why doesn't Padnangaru give some recommendation and make us sit in the front row? He always used to say, there is a time for everything. He will call you. He will tell everything. So I think this is, this is a blessing of Swami only. That's what I think. Thank you so much, Shandi.
Thank you so much, and we'll meet again, and bye from all of us here and on the Zoom session.
Sure. Thank you so much, Sairam, everyone.
Sairam. Bye.
thank you.